A small hospital, the Central California coast. A massive heart attack. The patient was still alive, though barely. He was in a deep coma. Only a ventilator kept him breathing. His name was Ruben Navarro, just 25 years old. And in this perilous state, he was about to make medical history. Because 200 miles up the coast in San Francisco, a phone call.
It's like being a fireman. You slide down the pole and go to the airport.
But he's not a fireman. Dr. Hutan Roosrock is a brilliant surgeon. The call, a plea to save a life.
The operation I had done hundreds of times.
Now there was no time to lose. Dr. Roosrock and his highly skilled medical team raced to the airport, boarded a chartered plane, and took off down the coast towards San Luis Obispo. And then, the fog.
The fog was very bad in San Luis Obispo.
Roosrock's flight was rerouted to a distant airport. Cars had to be located, a caravan formed, time lost.
All in the fog, middle of the night, Friday night.
By the time Dr. Roosrock arrived, most of the hospital staff had left for the weekend.
No one was prepared. No one knew what to do. No one knew what the next step was. Nothing was ready. Nothing. No one was there.
But by now, the die was cast. A real-life medical drama was reaching its climax. But this much we know before the drama begins. Hutan Roosrock did not come here to save Ruben's life. His mission was to wait for Ruben to die and then harvest his organs.
For 98% of these cases to go forward, someone has to die.
Hutan Roosrock was a transplant surgeon. The life he'd been called to save was that of a woman desperately waiting for a new liver. Ruben Navarro's liver. A young man whose impending death was about to sow chaos in the lives of those around him. Ruben's journey to the final night of his life began long ago in second grade.
He was always happy. He was a very perfect person.
Perfect person?
Perfect.
Nobody's
when
perfect.
He was,
really?
I know, but when he come to do the homework, he wanted to be perfect.
He was unusually bright, little Ruben. His teachers told his mother, Rosa, he could go far, her bright star of a son.
I'm a single mom.
So,
and I'm proud of it.
He was all you had in the world.
That's it. He was the world to me and my inspiration.
Love of your life.
Exactly. Perfect.
But within a year, perfection gave way to mysterious flaws in Ruben's behavior.
When did you first notice that something was wrong?
When he was 8.
That's when Ruben, who loved math, began struggling with simple arithmetic.
And I would say, why you forgot to do timetables and divisions? Yesterday you did great, and now you don't know how to do it.
Just like that?
Exactly.
And as his mind slipped, Ruben also began losing control of his body.
He would be walking and he would be bumping onto the chair or the furniture or whatever.
And he was overcome with unbearable pain as his limbs degraded and his brain slowed. It was, said the doctors, a rare neurological disorder.
Devastating.
Comes out of the blue, doesn't it?
Exactly. And I think to myself, why me and why him?
By the time he was a teenager, Ruben was taken far away to live in one group home after another on constant medication, finally ending up in a nursing home, likely unaware of the idyllic town around him, San Luis Obispo, along California's central coast. It was here on January 29, 2006, that Ruben, just 25, had a massive heart attack and was taken to Sierra Vista Hospital in a coma. Rosa, without a car of her own, took the train from her little apartment hundreds of miles to the south to be by Ruben's side. But soon after she arrived, she said, the calls began from the organ transplant network.
And they say if I wanted to donate his organs, and I said no several times. But they kept on calling and calling and calling.
Then, she says, a doctor began to hound her.
And he goes, the only thing I can do for patients like him, just disconnect them and That's it.
Did he
So,
say whether or not Ruben would survive?
the only thing he goes, 5 days in the machine, I have to disconnect it, and there's nothing I can do for him. That's why he said, and he walked away. Like he didn't care that they wanted to sign a paper to donate his organs, because they said he's going to die.
But Rosa, deep in her grief and unable to accept her son would die, says she refused.
I didn't sign no paper, no nothing.
But events were now in motion, and nothing would stop them.